cabin masters over here. Sorry. You all set? Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our June Village Board meeting. If you could please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There are agendas on the back table if you haven't had a chance to look at one. They are sitting back there. I want to start with staff reports. Is there anything else aside from the report we have for the Altamont Fire Department?
Not at this point.
Not at this time, okay. We don't have a police department one tonight, I don't believe. I know in July we have one coming, but I think we're good.
No, you don't want to say some stuff you want. It's one.
No, I think I'm good. I think we're good. I think Chief told me he has some updates in July, so we'll have those then. Public Works, I don't think we have any current updates. I think people know that Nixa went out last week about the playground is closed temporarily in Bozenkill while that gets its rehab. They're working on both the building and now the playground there is getting all new footings and stuff like that. I know the pool was filling up today, so it was a big day for the park, and everything looks really good, Carter. So tell the guys, great job.
Cool.
Public comment, if you have something you'd like to share with the board, this would be the time to do it. You can come up to the microphone and tell us who you are. There we go.
Maurice McCormick. The only thing I really want to mention is the recent construction of the building next to my house. Were you the attorney on the zoning board when that was approved? On Main Street, 2,400
No.
square feet?
He was not. You started the beginning of the procedure, and then
Which one?
Allison Phillips finished variances.
Oh, okay,
But you're aware of it, I'm sure.
The ballpark.
Yes.
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 The second hearing, he was there, right? The second hearing?
I don't think so. I think it
You
was
think it was Allison?
He was only at the first one, I think.
Oh, okay.
I believe, James, unless, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you were at one.
I was at the second one, I think I was just with Allison.
But Allison was the front, okay, you were
Yeah,
both here.
I'm aware of what you're speaking about, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Mayor, you and I had talked about this, and you were going to send a letter to Mr. Shank about what the property was to be used for?
No, actually, and it seems like your interpretation of our conversation was absolutely creative. It's not what I said. I said I would talk about putting something in the file for things we had on, talk to the council about that. But not something to him. I said I'd put something into the files that we have for things we, I think they probably have done that. I haven't looked at them, but probably.
Well,
I mean, he knows what he's allowed to do, so that's where it comes down to.
Well, you're right. Our interpretation of that conversation is, and that's why I left the door open, so the other two girls in the office could hear when we were talking. But irregardless, is there going to be anything sent out referencing the fact that this should not be a commercial building? It should be used for residential purposes? Isn't that the intention of the building, for residential use?
The ZBA and our zoning regulates that is a residential area. Thus, only residential, uses can take place there. If somebody wanted to put a business in there, our code officer then would take the lead on that and make sure that they're not doing that. So if that ever comes, somebody brings that to us and says this is going on there, then he takes care of that.
So if.
This board does not, though.
Right, so if I wanted to speak to someone about what I think was a business being run out of there, who would the first person be that I would talk to? Who would I
Our
address?
code official.
Your code official?
Yep.
And if they're not available, because you had no code official at the time of the application, Mr. Shank?
He started with a code official who left for a different job. And then myself and the attorneys made sure all the required paperwork got into the board. So everything was done through the village council. So he did, and so I spoke with him along the way to let him know what things he
Well,
needed. So
yeah.
that was the process. There was no shortcutting of the process. And so, that's the way this goes. So if there's a
But there
code
was-
issue, if you have a code issue, you call the code guy. He's here every Monday from 3:30 to 6:30 and
No.
often stops in during the week.
No, no, I wouldn't have an issue with him because he wasn't around when anything happened. So there's not going to be a letter being sent out that says you're not supposed to have water in the building, and this was approved for residential use only. That's not going to happen.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, James, but we wouldn't have to write a letter saying you can't have a business in there because it's not zoned for business,
No. so
right? Am I wrong?
All right.
What was approved there was a pole barn from Mr. Shank, represented to the zoning board that night, that was to be used to store a camper and other miscellaneous equipment that he had on his property.
Right.
During the course of his application and conversations we subsequently had with him, there was no discussions of businesses being run out of it, of water being run to the building, or anything of that sort.
Was there any discussion of a second floor being put on and making a 2,400 square foot building maybe 4,800 or 4,000 square feet?
Again, not to my recollection, I would have to look at what was approved, but what was.
No, there wasn't. I watched the entire video. And that's fine, whatever. I'm just saying there's a stairway there now. I don't know. And that's why I'm concerned about what's going to be going on over there.
Then you should get in touch with David Pelcher, our code official. He is very well versed in code, better than I've seen anyone in my history here. And he will know what to look at, and he will make the calls if he needs to, so.
Okay. Just getting back to that brief conversation we had, was there a letter put in the file in regards to a water line being run to that building?
There has been no letter put in the file. My conversations with him going in the past, and this is what I relayed to you, is that I told him that there could not be, this was residential, you're not going to get water for an apartment up top or things like that. That is what was relayed to him.
So you don't remember telling me that you might put a letter in the file just so down the road, if someone comes to look at this, there will be a letter in there with your intention?
I said I will say, if I can put the information, I'll run it by council and see if it makes sense to put in things like that. Again, it's not zoned for that, so I don't know that it's necessary. It's not zoned for apartments. It's not, it can be storage.
Well,
It's
we're still
personal
talking
use.
about the water line, whether or not a water line gets run
A
out.
water service
water
for
service.
like an apartment is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So
I
then-
imagine somebody, there's a garage on Altamont Boulevard. They ran a water line to their garage for, use of, I don't know what they, it's not business use, but it was always there.
Okay, so what you're saying is he can run a water line out to the garage for use in the garage.
I'm not going to say anything officially because I don't know the code on all of that or
Well, I'm just
what
trying
the
to
water
figure
guys
out-
would say to all this, but.
That was my interpretation of our conversation, and I'm just trying to figure out, do you get to run a water line to the garage, or do you not get the water?
Has he
Right.
asked to run a water line that you know of? Because he's never asked us. So I don't know what the concern is.
There's
Mo-
Did he ask you? or-
No, there was no conversations about a water.
I wasn't
line.
at the
Again,
meeting.
if there are questions, I would contact codes. We're also more than happy to
Yeah, codes really, are they in charge of
Codes
this?
would be the one.
Yep.
Codes would be the one who'd be, as Gary said, most versed in this.
So-
Should get investigated.
So there'd be no reason for him not to be able to run the water line. I just think that changes the use of the entire building. Once you can run a water line, then other things start to,
So again, at this point, without having the code in front of us right now, I don't want to give you a firm answer one way or the other and end up backtracking on something in the future. Again, we would recommend getting in touch with codes, asking them, and having an
What's
answer
allowed,
from the
yeah.
department.
okay, it's just, it was my recollection that, Mayor, when I talked to you, that you were going to put a letter in the file that said there'll be no water line going there. Again, maybe my interpretation was different than what you were thinking you were saying, I don't know, but that's it, that's all I got.
Anybody else have something to share? Okay, I'm not seeing any movement, so I'm going to go down to the agenda and go to item number 1. Consider approval of treasurer's abstracts number 24 and 25 and number 1, and transfer of funds as submitted. I think we've had a chance to look at the
Yes.
vouchers and sign off on them. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
John is first, second.
I'll second.
Nick? And roll call.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 2 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to hire Barton and LaJudas as as engineering consultants for the Village of Altamont wastewater system improvements project. This engineering services include the planning, design, permitting, bidding, construction, administration, construction observation, startup, commissioning, and funding coordination necessary to implement the ultraviolet disinfection system improvements at the village's wastewater treatment plant. This is all in the process of, we got a grant for, I think, just about 1.1 million for this UV system, and this is the start of that process. It's probably not gonna, the process will go on probably till about 27, 28, I think, is when the project would probably come to the end. But that's what that is for. Can I have a motion, please? Michelle is first, and second,
I'll second.
Nick, and roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 3 is consider authorizing the appointment of Lucas Oliver to the position of Assistant Superintendent of Public Works with additional annual compensation of $3,000 for the responsibilities associated with the role. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved. Oh,
What was the
I'll
time?
s-
All right,
second.
John will be first, and Nick will be second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
in favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Consider salary increase of $2.50 per hour for Samantha Staubach for additional Bozeman Hill Camp Director responsibilities. This is it brings her up to the same pay that we've paid other directors in the past, just so you, in case you don't know that. Could I have a motion, please? Michelle is first, and second?
I'll just second everything tonight.
Okay, it'll be Nick's
There you
thing
go.
tonight? Okay. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. This is the one I usually make Nick read, but I'll do it this year because I have my voice. It's a long one. Consider approval to hire the following individuals for Bozenkill Park Summer Recreation Program. Kyle Efog, Guilderland, counselor at $16.80 per hour. Addison Dover, Guilderland, counselor at $18.30 per hour. Tyler Pentak, Altamont Camp Counselor Lifeguard at $19.55 per hour. Avery McPherson, Guilderland Lifeguard at $18.30 per hour. Olivia Rollins, Guilderland Lifeguard at $18.30 per hour. Logan Dover, Guilderland, I just lost my place, sorry, Lifeguard at $18.30 per hour. Samantha Fanning, Eastburn, Lifeguard at $17.80 per hour. Riley Nichols, Altamont Lifeguard at $17.30 per hour. Molly Laudato, Duanesburg, Lifeguard at $17.30 per hour. Ilana Rosen, Albany, Lifeguard at $17.30 per hour, per recommendation of Samantha Staubach, Bozenkill Camp Director, Aquatics Director. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
And Nick is first.
I'll second.
Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. And I just want to point out, the one great thing about this, and it happens, I think, most years, 95%, if not more, are returning summer help that we've had year after year after year, which is great, because a lot of places aren't as lucky as we are. So it's really great to have the same young folks coming back to help us out. Item 6 is consider approval to hire Vicky Pashton, Duanesburg, water aerobics instructor for Bozenkill Park at a flat rate of $450 from June 16th to August 6th, per recommendation of Samantha Staubach, Bozenkill Park Camp Director, Aquatics Director. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John and Nick, would you like to second?
Sure, I'll second.
Okay.
It's a reasonable motion.
It sounds good. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farrakhan?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 7 is consider approval to hire Matthew Nash Guilderland to part-time police officer not to exceed 20 hours per week at an hourly wage of $22 per hour per recommendation of Todd Pusey. Chief, position is probationary for a period up to 1 year. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Nick is first, and second, Michelle?
second.
Oh, she beat you,
Oh,
sorry,
she did,
John.
okay.
And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. So, Matt, welcome. We're glad to have you. Thanks for joining the team. Let me go to item 8. Consider authorizing Todd Pusey, Police Chief, to sell the 2013 Ford Police Interceptor sedan, all-wheel drive, sorry about that, police vehicle, as is condition at a minimum offer starting at $800. All offers must be submitted in writing to the village clerk by June 22nd, 2026. I know you've been waiting for this, Nick, for some time now, just saying.
I did see it in the back there, and I was like, "Man, wonder
I
where you
know,
were
is
at
it still here? Can I have
Nice.
a motion?
So moved.
Nick, he's been wanting to get rid of that.
Yes.
Second
I'll
is?
second it.
Is John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Number 9 is consider approval of a resolution authorizing the application to the New York State Greenway Grant Program for funding to update the village comprehensive plan. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Oh, you both tied each other. I'm gonna give this to John this time. Michelle, will you be second?
Sure.
Okay. Since you two are the ones running that show. And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor.
Do we have to read all the whereases or no?
No, we're good, because it's already, we approved the resolution that's in there, so we are good.
Okay.
Unless you want to read it.
Unless you really want to.
I usually
Wait.
see the whereases.
You like the whereases, all right. Item 10 is consider approval of board minutes from May 5th, 2026. Could I
So
have
moved.
Michelle? And second would be,
I guess I'll second that.
Nick will second that. And roll call, please.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Before we go to item 11, does anybody have anything else they want to share at this time? Just looking around? No?
I would like to thank John for all the work he did on that grant application. He did an awesome job.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
You're here.
Yeah.
We all
Thank you for all
thank
the
you
work
for that.
we've been doing together, and Michelle did a great job with the appendices.
Yeah, well, there's still more work to do, so.
Yep.
Yeah. We
Yes,
can move
yep.
forward with this.
We're moving forward. All right, for item 11, we have to consider entering into executive session to receive privileged advice and legal counsel from our village attorney that is outside the scope of open meetings laws. Could I have a motion for that?
So moved.
John, and second
Second.
is Nick. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Nope. Okay, so we are, if we don't see you later, I hope you all have a nice night. Our next meeting is changed, just to get, so you know, it's not the first Tuesday, it's always the third Tuesday of July. It's on the 21st, because we don't meet in August, and it kind of
Puts us in the
evens
middle.
us, puts us in the middle of the summer there, so. So we hope you have a nice night, and we'll see you soon.